All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Professor John Sicklick. We're here to have an online orientation for COSN 10. There are two online sections, 30805 and 32239. Those are your section numbers. So later on, we're going to ask you to do an assignment uh, on Discord, where you will send me a direct message through Discord, and I'll explain that more in a minute, but I'm going to say include your section number. Sometimes students don't know what a section number is, and so it's the 5 digits following COSN 10 or COS 71, whatever course you're enrolled in. Because I actually have three sections of COSN 10, and two of the sections are online, 30805 and 32239, and then one section is in person. We just had that class meeting. So that's how we keep the course. That's how we distinguish between different sections of cause and intent. I'm joined by a couple of people. You'll see the lovely and talented Mr. Robert Lontock. Wave, Robert. Or peace sign. Peace sign works too. Um, he is a fellow teacher here at Long Beach City College. I actually have a lame claim to fame. I brought Robert on as a teacher here. True story?
True story.
Yeah, and so I'm one of the better things I've done at LBCC is bring him on board. Um, And he is actually going to be teaching a section of COSN 10 that starts in a month. It's a 12-week in-person section. And so this is the first time he's teaching a course. So he's going to come hang out here and see a little bit about how the sausage factory works for COSN 10. And then the young man on the bottom of the screen, Adam, Adam Doty is an embedded tutor. And so he's a student like you, uh, but he is also paid by the school to help students. He took COSN 10 last year, did very well. And so he will be in my class on Monday, Wednesdays, helping the in-person students. He will also be on uh, available via Discord and at the tutoring center, and we'll talk more about that later. But just know that you have people to help you. So the online section of this course is challenging. Any online course, honestly, is challenging because you don't have that structure of someone telling you when to do things. My Monday, Wednesday students, they have to be here. I help them with the labs. You all have to be have the discipline to plan out your work and make sure you get it done in time and not wait till the night before at midnight and then complain that no one's available to help you. So when you do need help, uh, Discord, we'll talk about, will be the main source. It's going to be the group chat room to go in and say, hey, I need help with this. I will monitor it. We'll see if I could get Mr. Lontock to monitor it. And Adam will monitor it. So in addition to all your other fellow students. Between the three sections of COSN 10, we currently have approximately 120 students. So chances are, if you have a question, someone else had that question, maybe resolved it already, and they can help you. Or you resolved a question that someone is asking, and you could help them. So the way I describe it is I went to school many years ago, obviously, for college, no online anything. And I had one class that was held in the auditorium. It was, I went to a maritime college. So it was every student that was studying to be a deck officer at the school. And it was a tanker operations course, very cool course, had to load fuel and all that stuff and not get killed. Um, but everyone was in this class, right? So if you missed a class, you could ask any other deck student, hey, what happened in class today? So Discord is going to be kind of like that for you. You don't have to know the people, you don't have to ever met them, but they're all taking the same course. All right. So as I said, I'm Professor John Sicklick. Uh, let's get on with the show. So please put your questions in chat. Adam is going to monitor chat for us and let me know if any questions require immediate response. Um, I am. I would like to if you ask a question and I think it's going to be answered by a later slide or I want to save it to the end, please don't be put off. I do want to try to keep the recording as tight as we can, but if I didn't cover something well, then please put it in chat and I'll see if I have to go talk more about it. All right, so I sent these slides out to you earlier today. So if if you're not in your car, with this playing on a phone, if you're sitting at a desktop or a laptop somewhere, I would ask that you've already been logged into your Viking portal and you're in the Canvas for your course, right? We've got two different sections, so different Canvas, although they are identical. We did have a discussion during our live class. What is the plural of Canvas? Robert, what do you think? Canvi? Canvases? Uh,
Canvi.
Robert. So go to the course Canvas. And also, when you are logged into the Viking portal, there is a tile for Microsoft Office. All LBCC students get access to Microsoft Office. So even if you don't have Office installed on your computer, you have it available to you through Microsoft 365 subscription. And I like to have my students know that they get stuff for free. So that's why I want to make sure you know about it. I also would like you to be logged into your LinkedIn account. The LinkedIn Learning is the biggest whack-a-mole challenge we will have in this class to get that all laying flat in the first week to make sure everyone has access to it, which is why I created the troubleshooting tips. And we'll talk about that. And then make sure you have access to whatever email you're using for the school. And by that, I mean some students use their LBCC email and some students use their Gmail, their Yahoo. Adam, what's the secure email that I can't think of I think you use it. No, you use a Gmail account. Robert, do you know what I'm say? Oh, Proton Mail. Thank you, Nick.
Proton.
Yeah, Proton Mail, right? So we've got, I know students are next level security when they got a Proton Mail. Um, and I know we don't care about privacy if we're using Gmail or Yahoo. Sure, go look at my emails. Give me ads on something I just typed about in an email. Um, so, but whatever you registered at the school, please make sure you have access to that. Are we doing okay on questions so far, Adam? Alrighty. It was a little disconcerting. I heard him both through my headset, and he's just sitting in the room with me. Um, all right. So what is it? What are their plans? So first, welcome to spring 2025. My winter break is officially over, and it was a nice one. And welcome to that in COSN 10. I've done the introductions already. I am the instructor. Robert is actually going to be an instructor for another section, but you may see him in Discord at some point. And then Adam Doty, your embedded tutor, who will be your best friend. So we'll do, I like to read this like in a pharmaceutical commercial voice. Is this course right for you? Ask your instructor or embedded tutor. If you break out in allergies or hives on when applying network technology, this might not be the right course for you. The reason why I do this is I actually had a student sign up for networking fundamentals, and she thought it was a way to like how to meet people. And by taking the course, you do meet people. You get to work with other students. But this is a technology class. As I describe to students, this is the magic that happens when you take your phone or your laptop and you go look up qcatvideos.com, and then the videos actually download onto your computer. All the magic that we take for granted that we don't realize is there. So it's a technology class. It's a fair amount of work. It's not as hard as COS 71. If any of you are dual enrolled in that, be warned. There'll be monsters in COS 71. But COS 10 is a fair amount of work, but it is achievable if you do the work. So we're going to make sure people are set up with their LinkedIn Learning accounts and their Discord accounts. And I know some people have already been contacting me regarding both the LinkedIn Learning and Discord. So it looks like people are doing well on that. All right. So the important things to know, and Robert, just so you know, these slides are my frequently asked questions. So COSN 10, the sections that are online, 30805 and 32239, are what is known as online asynchronous. What do those words mean? Online, we know. It means that you're going to access the internet and go to Canvas to access your materials. Asynchronous means there are no planned meetings. You do not meet on a Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday evening for this class. No planned meetings except for this one just to get everyone started. Very important distinction. Now, I have an in-person section of this course that is held on Monday and Wednesdays at the Liberal Art Campus from 3 p.m. to 4:25. If you are ever having trouble with a lab and you would like an in-person session to get help with that, you are always welcome to come to these classes. And students have actually taken me up on that offer. Excuse me, fighting a sneeze. But so I'll say that this is a self-paced course. Now, there are deadlines. I give you weekly deadlines but that's what I mean by self-paced. You need to look and say, when am I going to do these things? For example, each week we'll have a reading assignment. And when we say reading assignment, it's actually watching the videos on LinkedIn Learning. But these aren't watching videos like YouTube and scrolling through things. These are, you're with a notebook, you're listening, you're writing down important concepts. I didn't get that point. I'm going to pause. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to write some stuff down. I'm going to go back and listen again. Once you finish those videos, you're then going to take a quiz. And then there are labs based on the information that should be slightly aligning with what you've learned in the other sections, or at least we try to align them. I make the quizzes and the reading assignments due on Monday and the labs due on Wednesday, because if I make them all due on Wednesday, everyone's trying to cram that stuff in on one day and they're not going to get it done and they're going to fall behind. So this is me being a mother hen and knowing how students behave. I am the king of procrastinators. So I'm going to work on that one day, not today. But so I know how students work. So when we go look at Canvas, I'll explain that a little bit more, but you're going to be responsible. You have to be responsible adults and plan your time accordingly. It's 16-week course. We're going to have a spring break first week of April. So the class doesn't officially end until June 4th. I know it sounds far away, but next thing you know, I'm going to be talking about the final. So things go fast. Although we are in the doldrums as far as holidays, we have very few holidays between now and Labor Day. No, Memorial Day. I always get those two confused. The big thing is the class collaboration that will accord, that will be either a discussion post on a specific topic or more importantly on Discord. Okay, so that's the big thing. This is an online asynchronous course. After tonight, we are not going to meet unless you want to come to one of my in-person classes to get some extra assistance. All right, so we're going to start talking about Canvas. So let me bring over my Canvas, if I could find it. It's amazing how many windows I could have open in a relatively short amount of time that I've been here at school today. All right, so I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So your dashboard will have something that looks like this. I grabbed the Cisco networking and I put the section number. So if some of you are 30805, 32239, I will tell you that as of right now, these are identical. If Long Beach City College would let me do it, I would combine these three sections into a single Canvi and just manage one. But they won't let me do it. So that means when I go open up assignments or someone finds a mistake and has to go correct it, I have to go through three sections. That has no effect on you. That's just Professor Sicklick complaining. I am going to pick at random this section. If you're in 32239, go pick your section. Like I said, they're identical. I could only open up one. All right, so I'm going to give everyone a section to do that. I'm going to go into student view, so you will see the same view I do. All right, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to go on mute and have some Snapple. Well, this is a very boring Snapple. If you didn't know it, Snapple cover caps have fun facts in them. This one's really boring. The soil on Mars is rust colors because it's full of rust. Like that sounds like a student returning an essay question. All right. So here we are in Canvas. We only have one announcement, which was the one I sent out today about the session we're having now. Tomorrow I will go post one. It says, hey, the video of today's session is available. And I am recording, right? Yeah. So check the announcements. So you're online, so you don't have to worry about like emergencies on campus, but just in case you know, in case you're taking any classes on campus, announcements are a really good way for an instructor to get some word out in a hurry. Because in addition to being on top of the Canvas page, it also goes out as an email. So like for my in-person classes, if there's like a big rainstorm coming and I'm like, hey, you know what? If you don't want to come in today, I will do this class on Zoom, even though Officially, I'm not supposed to do that, but if it's bad enough. But for example, when I post the new assignment, I'll say Module 2 is now available for your education pleasure. So do check out the announcement. So we look at the top of the page, and the first thing you'll notice is that there's a lot of gray because we need to complete these items before we can get down to Module 1. And so I put extra credit opportunities at the top of the page. Throughout the semester, there will be various opportunities to earn extra credit. Let's say, for example, you contact me and say, Professor Sicklick, my grandmother needed help with her network because she got a new service provider, and I set up the network and made everything secure. Sure, I'll give you extra credit for that. Go put it in general extra credit, describe what you did. We may have webinars come up. We're going to have a speaker who's a woman that a friend of mine who is a networking professional. And she comes and gives a presentation on her class or on her career. If any of my online students go and watch that, I'll give you extra credit for that. So throughout the semester, there will be extra credit opportunities. One I encourage you all to do is the LBC Quest online training. That is training to help you be successful as an online student. I will tell you as a teacher, online classes are hard to teach. And I went through graduate school completely on online asynchronous courses. And it was very difficult because all that don't procrastinate and self responsibility I told you about. I am totally lacking in that. So my I forgot what she was called. Like, I had a person like that was my point of contact with the school who would, shepherd me through there. She was going to put a hit out of me if I asked for like one more extension. So online classes are hard. They're challenging. So the Quest Online assignment takes you through 4 modules on how to be successful doing that. If you have already done this for another class, go grab the badges and put them up there, and I'll give you credit again. That's fine. I really encourage you. I put a due date of the 16th, which is 2 weeks from now, and only to have it out in front of you, right? Because if and get it on your list of things to do. I really do encourage you to take that training. Adam, did you ever do the training? Thumbs up, helpful. All right, 2 thumbs up. Wow, that's an endorsement. All right, so there's some extra credit available for you right now. Then we have the aptly named Start Here. This is where we have information and resources in your first assignments. Oh my. So as you can see, the first thing that is bold is the Start Here, watch this. And I'm going to go click on that. And this video is from last semester. After I finish with the recording of this video and upload it to YouTube, I will put this video here. So you don't need to go watch this video unless you really enjoyed the session or you have questions, you want to go back and watch it. But this will be here for the students who are unable to join us tonight. Also, I tell my in-person students if they missed the first day to go look at that. We're going to talk about Discord later, so I won't go click on that. So Professor Whalen also put in a video. Professor Whalen, by the way, if you don't know him, he created this course. He's the director of cybersecurity program at our school. He put in a video on overcoming procrastination. I've been meaning to watch it. I haven't done it yet. So Adam at least laughed. That was a joke. Procrastinators for a better tomorrow. So here's, we just give you resources sometimes. If, everyone procrastinates, especially when something gets overwhelming, maybe you get a little behind, this will give you some tips on how to get around it. All right, so then we're going to go click Start Here, Information and Links. And where's that going to take us? Oh, that takes us back to the top. Here we are back at the top. We went and watched the video. You're getting it live in person. I'm now going to go look at the resources. So I'm going to look at the syllabus. Now, syllabus is a little confusing in Canvas. I'll talk about in a bit that the syllabus link on the left, that does not take you to the same spot. And I'll explain that. So Here is a link to download the course syllabus, which I emailed to everyone yesterday. But if you didn't receive that email, if you were on the wait list and just added today, you can go download the syllabus here. Then below here, we have a little bit of a repeat of what's in the syllabus. I'm not going to go through all this except the because I want to emphasize this. I practiced a Hogwarts model of schooling, which means help will be given to those who ask for it. Please do not suffer in silence. You're an online student. I can't come to your home and find out that you're stressed and unable to get an assignment done. Get on Discord, ask for help. Either Adam or myself will see that, or another student. So, but if you really need some extra help, or maybe you want to talk about scholarships or what other courses to take, I have office hours. Monday and Wednesday, I'm here in M212 before the other class starts, from 1:45 to 2:30. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm just online monitoring. So you can go reach out to me on Discord during any of those times and we can get together. Or if you just outside hours, like, maybe if you work and none of those hours work, just reach out to me and we'll schedule a time, we'll get together. Rarely do we need to meet in person. I have students sometimes who just like have a personal issue and want to talk in person, that's fine. But if it's something you need help with the course, usually we want to both be in our computers anyway, and Discord's the way to do it. Well, we could share screens that way. So what I'm going to do, I have my syllabus opened and I'm going to go find it in this window, I think. You know what? I'm just going to click it again because I'm tired of having to look for it. All right, so we're going to take a walk through the syllabus. Any questions that I need to pause for, Adam? Okay, great. Um, so here's our syllabus, and here's my speech on syllabus. First, when I was a kid, and you'll hear that from me a lot, and Robert probably had a similar circumstance. Robert, were syllabi one pages like back when you were in college?
Single page.
Single page, one-sided usually. And feature creep and bloatware have turned syllabus into 6-page manifests. And I say they're almost like a user agreement when you download a new piece of software at this point. Click here to before accessing the course materials. And it's happened for a couple of reasons. One is the school puts a ton of information that they say, we want you to put this in the syllabus. Okay, then the other thing is, if anyone's ever had to do a remodel at their house, maybe, or if you're younger and you're still living with family and they've had a remodel, you know what happens when the inspector comes. They delay things from getting finished because the wiring is not properly secured. High power voltage was run with low power voltage in the same conduit. Some rule that could get someone killed was violated. My syllabus has become like electrical code. And by the way, the joke about electrical code is every rule represents a dead body. Someone gets electrocuted, you go, you really should have a rule on that. Mine is a student did something and I didn't have a rule against it. As an example, later on, we'll go through the AI policy. I had a student create a deep fake of my voice and submit it as an assignment. I was half amused, half horrified. So that's why these things get so big. So I won't read this to you one for one, but let's talk about the course description because again, is this the right course for you? Are you allergic to networking? You don't care that it's formerly CBIS 41 because that's what this course number used to be decades ago. We actually tried to remove that and the school won't let us. So we're going to learn to install, configure, upgrade, and troubleshoot a computer network. All of you are using networks, right? If you are the network person for your family, right? Hey, my networking is not networking. Then you know what we're talking about. We're going to talk about local and wide area networks, wireless, right? Can't talk about it without wireless. What are the protocols that these that are used? Topologies. How are the networks laid out? What is the media? Is it wireless? Is it fiber? Is it copper wire? And then security. It's all about ball bearings and it's all about cybersecurity with me. And then importantly, career opportunities, right? I'm assuming a lot of you want to make more money or get into your first job, and this could be the way towards it. And it says the last line, this class maps to the CompTIA Network Plus certification. So I'm going to talk about the textbook in a bit, but I do have the textbook here. So this is not directly a CompTIA Network Plus preparation class, but it does align to it. I will, in a separate class, talk more about what the CompTIA Network Plus certification is about. But if you were to go to your favorite job search website, Indeed, Dice, I don't know, LinkedIn, whatever other job search website, and search Network Plus, you will see um, job opportunities that require the Network Plus and pay a decent amount of money. So it is a good certification to help you advance and start your career. So let's go talk about the book. This is a zero cost textbook class, ZCT. I always forget if it's zero textbook cost. I think it's zero cost textbook, ZCT, which does not flow off the tongue. Um, Meaning we don't want you to pay for anything. So we give you LinkedIn Learning for free. And, uh, but if you are like, I want the Network Plus certification, that is part of my goal. I'm going to encourage you to access this book. But wait before you go out and buy it. First, I like books. I have way too many books, but I love having books. So I'm from a generation where I do much better with paper, honestly, than trying to read this on a tablet. I realize many of you are from the generation where you're allergic to paper and you could do stuff on tablets. So the school library, which if you didn't know, yes, we have a library. I'm looking at the window at it right now on our campus, has this book available in electronic format. Now, when you go and check it out, you can only check it out for a few hours, but during that time, you can download like one or two chapters at a time. I forget exactly how many. You're restricted to how many you could download. So my suggestion to you is if you want the textbook, and I actually think everyone should do this, each week, download the relevant, check out the book, download the relevant chapters. If you got a few extra minutes, maybe get ahead and download a few more chapters, and you will have the book available to you electronically that way. You could do like the things like side load it into your e-readers and such. Don't print it. I suggest you don't print it. You can see how thick the book is, right? It's a lot of pages. And then some students occasionally go, oh, I found it for free on some .ru sharing site. I will never condone downloading material illegally, right? I am a big fan of copyrights. The school makes this book available to you electronically. So either get on, Adam, if you could type in the chat, bookfinder.com. You could go verify the website first before you type it in, make sure I told you correctly. Bookfinder.com is a great website for looking for low cost books, right? They'll search like eBay and all these used book vendors. It's fine to get a used version of the book. I will tell you very quickly, if you look at the red part of the book on the screen, it says at the bottom, exam N10-008. So that is the version of the exam. CompTIA actually retired that version in December. So the current version is N10-009. But they have not published a new version of this book yet for that, and they have not updated the LinkedIn Learning videos. So we are going to continue working on materials that align with the N10-008. And when we get close to the end of the semester, we could start having a discussion for those who want to prepare for the certification. What's different? Like Professor Whalen took the exam over the Christmas break, and he said there was a lot on VLANs, virtual LANs. Excuse me. So that's my thing on the book. Uh, I think Adam posted bookfinder.com. It's my favorite place to go look for books if you really want to have a hard copy of it. And then otherwise, if you're good with soft copy, check it out of the school library and just get a couple of chapters at a time. And then kind of boring links. We know we use Canvas, and I'm going to tell you more about Discord. So here's my contact information again. I'm going to have a more on contact information in a second. But you know, if you have this downloaded somewhere and you just need a quick look, I rarely in my office, which is M242A, because there's nothing fun in there to do. I'm usually in M212 if I'm on campus. And then my office hours are posted there again, and the link to my Zoom if you want to go on, see if I'm available. There's a way to make a waiting room in Zoom that people can kind of knock on the door and let me know they're there. I need to figure out how to implement that. I won't talk about my, oh, by the way, if you call me, it goes to voicemail and sends me an email with a very poor transcription of your voice, just so you know. Um, I will try, sometimes I will, if I recognize the number or if it comes up with your name, I will answer my work phone because maybe a student has something urgent going on. I won't read my bio. If you really want to know about me, go read my LinkedIn. Retired Navy, retired from the aerospace, and this is my third career. And actually, probably in all sincerity, one of my favorite careers, right? I love being in the Navy. I was sad when they made me retire. Not so much about aerospace, was happy to walk out that door for the final time. But I truly do love being a teacher. So please don't ruin that for me this semester. Uh, my philosophy of education, I'll just say, I want you to enjoy this course, right? This isn't, not to bag on Shakespeare, but this isn't introduction to Shakespeare. This isn't something that you're required to take. This is I try to put the fun in network fundamentals. So, I will say things that you're like, was he trying to be funny? Chances are yes. So just roll with the flow. Um, like at one point, I'll tell you a UDP joke, but you probably won't get it. I'll see if Robert and Adam laugh at that one. Okay, they got that. When we talk about TCP IP, we will talk about UDP and you'll understand why that was hilarious. But the most important thing is please, please, please ask for help. I don't know if you're having trouble unless you reach out. You need to be responsible as a student to raise a flag and say, I need some help. If you wait 3 weeks and you're in a big hole, it just makes it harder for everyone. So please just reach out. I think I am usually nice to students. Adam can confirm or deny that. Um, mostly. Yeah, I only got one thumb on that one. Um, if you do have to email me, please include the information that's listed here, right? If I get an email from fluffybunnyslippers@gmail.com and says, I'm having trouble with one of my assignments, you don't tell me what section you're in, which assignment. It's just more work for me to go back and forth and figure out what's going on. I'll usually email. The best reason to email me is like you want a referral for a job. Uh, you want I need to help you with a scholarship, something like that. And then, but again, tell me what class. I have close to 275 students, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's hard when you have that many students and someone emails you with a random email and they don't tell me who they are. It's just more work for both of us. So please, uh, read through this and know, like, if you're asking for help with like a letter of recommendation for a scholarship, what's the deadline? What do you want me to say? Tell me about yourself. So I can, if I've never met you in person, you're just a student online, tell me, what are your challenges? What are the things that you've overcome to get where you are? Um, and then Discord is going to be the main way, and we're going to, when we get back to Canvas, we'll go look at Discord. But that is going to be the main way. It seems that most of my younger students are already using Discord because you're already doing some gaming. Uh, so that Discord should not be too big a challenge. So that's really the best way. Like if you go into the COSN 10 channel, say, hey, the week 3 assignments aren't published yet. And someone else goes, yep, I'm not seeing them either. I'm like, okay, that's a Professor Sicklick problem. I know I goofed and I need to go do that for you. Um, or as opposed to, hey, I'm having trouble with this Wireshark exercise and I'm not seeing the traffic. And someone goes, oh, you know what? Maybe you have a filter applied. Someone could help you there. And none of that may probably make sense to you because you haven't used Wireshark yet, applied filters. We'll get to that. Trust me. Um, let's talk about policies. Attendance. This is an online asynchronous class. I'm going to, finger quote, figure out attendance through your online participation. Um, Canvas gives me this metric that lets me know student participation. So if I see a flat line, that means you're not on Canvas and you're not submitting assignments. That's going to be the equivalent of you absent from class. If that goes on for too long, I'm just going to withdraw you. It's frustrating and I don't completely understand why it happens, but students ghost this course. And I realize I am way behind schedule on this. And I apologize, but hopefully you could, if you have to leave at 5:30, um, I will, this will be available on recording. Um, so your attendance is through online participation, weekly online participation. You can't go 3 weeks and then do a bunch of work. You have to keep up with this. So tardy and leaving early doesn't really apply to you. I just did one syllabus to solve them all. Uh, Withdrawal from this class, yes. If I am not hearing from you, uh, again, life happens. If something goes on with your life that is going to prevent you from participating in the class for a week or two, send me an email. Professor Sicklick, something happened. I don't need the details. That's your own private life. Just let me know. So I know you're engaged, but you have to take a step back right now. And sometimes the answer may be it's time to withdraw, right? Something overwhelming is happening. We could talk about that when it happens. Academic integrity. I don't like cheaters. That really annoys me. And again, this is a class that you want to take. So, and you cannot cheat on the CompTIA Network Plus exam. They are proctored exams. So you need to learn this material. So I don't like cheaters. Please do your own work. Most of the quizzes and such are open source. You can look at your notes and such and look at the textbook. Um, as I mentioned earlier, I added a section on acceptable, unacceptable use of AI. Don't create deep fakes of your professor, any other professors, or your classmates. But it's a great way to refine ideas. The way I say it is the bad people are using AI to attack us. We need to learn how to use AI to defend our network, right? So maybe you go put into Chat GPT. Uh, I've I'm trying to configure a router and Cisco packet tracer, and the network interface is not up. See what ChatGPT tells you. Likely, it's going to be having powered on the interface. And when we do our packet tracer work, that'll give you more concept. But not you're not supposed to use any of the AI tools. AI tools on quizzes, final exams. I'm not quizzing you to find out how much ChatGPT or the internet knows. I'm quizzing you to find out how much you know, right? And then we also put list of things that you can and cannot do in there. Um, I've had students use ChatGPT when they shouldn't, and I call them out on it. So please let's not go there. Mobile devices doesn't really apply because we are not in person. Computer uses. You're at home using your own computer, but I will let you know that if you have trouble with your home computer, you need a quiet space, you can always come to LBCC and use our study centers. And I think I got a link on that. Food and drink, you can drink or eat whatever you want at your home. I will not say anything. Uh, Online etiquette, let's be civil. Let's keep the uncivility that is going on in our country on Reddit and Facebook, and let's keep um, our discussion forums and our Discord professional. If you ever see anything that you deem inappropriate, please send me a DM and I will look at it and act accordingly. We've had a few go out there and sometimes Discord flags it and sends it to me. Um, if anyone needs an accommodation, extra time on exams and such, please contact DSPS uh, and uh, and apply for accommodation. Happy to do that for you. Never really had to kick anyone out of the class, but again, here's my user agreement. If someone is being inappropriate consistently on Discord or in discussion forums or somehow misbehaving, I do have the right as a teacher to kick you out. All right, let's talk about some important resources. I want everyone to be successful, and everyone hearing the sound of my voice join this class because they want to be successful. So when we combine all that, we have success centers to help you get there. So if you are feeling alone, like whatever your niche is in the world, whatever ethnicity, gender, whatever, there are student success centers focused on you, on your specific group. So I encourage you to go follow this link and look at the success centers and go visit them. The Black Student Success Center is right across from me in the library. I've went over there and spoke with them. Um, I want everyone to be successful. So use the resources the school is helping you. Everyone in this class is a different place. Some of you might be right out of high school. Actually, I think I have some dual enrollment students here. So some of you are in high school. Some of you may have been out of school for years, and how to be a student is like, I forgot, right? I was a student 20 years ago. I don't know how to be a student in this era, in this online world. So please reach out. The COS study centers are located at both the liberal arts campus and PCC campus, depending on which one you're closest to. I would say go to the website to see which one, what their hours are. Generally, they're open Monday through Friday, uh, I believe 10 to 6, and then, or maybe earlier, 8 to 6. And then The one in Liberal Arts Campus is open on Saturday from, I think, from 8 a.m. to noon, or 9 to noon, something like that. That's why you need to go look at the website. The do I get a link? All right. So okay, 8 to 6, 8 to 4 on Friday. Um, but always check with them because their hours are subject to change. Um, so it's a great place to go if you need a quiet place, your computer at home isn't working, or uh, your family members can't tell the difference between you playing World of Warcraft and doing your COSN 10 work. So great resource for you. If you have trouble logging in or with any of the technology that the school provides, like the Viking portal, Student Technology Help Desk is your best friend. They're great. So you could just either give them a call or email, let them know what your problem is. I don't know if I have any veterans. Maybe go out in the chat and let me know if you're a veteran, what branch you're in, and Adam can give me a thumbs up. I mentioned earlier, I am retired Navy, 28 years. Um, so for those of you who were in, I always I always say I was an officer, so I had no real skills, unlike the enlisted who did the work. If you are a veteran, I strongly encourage you to go visit the Veteran Resources office. They're a great group of people if you haven't already touched base with them. And then everything that you need, food banks, clothing banks, help with rent, free transportation, access to free or low cost. Oh, there are some veterans in there. Let me go see real quick. Get to the bottom. Ooh, wow. Navy Reserves, awesome. Air Force, another Navy reservist. Uh, uh, Army combat medic. Okay, I'm not worthy. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so great work. Thank you all for the great work you did. And I like that Eric said, if I could do it then, I would definitely go officer. Yeah, the funny thing is my friends who are officers who are prior enlisted say, I really like the pay of an officer, but I miss the work of the enlisted, right? Because they did like the hands-on, really cool stuff. Okay. Well, thank you to my veterans. So I said there's a lot of great resources here, and I'll talk about them more as they start to advertise them. But if you have food uncertainty, housing uncertainty, transportation issues, the school has resources. If you don't have reliable network, there are sometimes free Wi-Fi hotspots available. If not, I can point you to a Wi-Fi spot that's available for $20 a month, which is doable, you know, for most people. So all kinds of resources. Just ask. All right. So enough on that. So this is important. This is what the class is about. Student learning outcomes are how we measure how well the students did. So at the end of the semester, you will receive a quiz given by the school, not by me, that will just do okay these three things. Uh, Appraise the TCP/IP networks using the OSI network model. You may read that right now and go, I don't know what that means. We're going to tell you in this class. Secure a peer-to-peer and client-server network. Now, even though peer-to-peer networks are kind of out, it is a lot of work to change an SLO. It's a committee and an approval process. So we keep some older stuff in there. Distinguish the difference between local area networks and wide area networks from a hardware and protocol point of view. Like difference is scale, right? You're all probably sitting at home connected to a LAN, your home LAN, right? And that LAN is part of your service provider's WAN, right? We won't go through all the objectives, but I encourage you to read through them so you will see what this course will cover. And then the last item is we're going to talk about the CompTIA exam throughout the semester so you know, if you want to do it, how to get ready for it. All right. Grade reporting, I need to do better about grading. Adam can tell you that because he's been my student in a few classes. I'm going to try to grade on a regular basis because right after the semester ends, I am going to London. See Robert smile what I'm about to say, to see Electric Light Orchestra play their last concert. And I do not want to be stressed with doing grades right before I go on my vacation. So I'm going to be good about grades. It's also better for you, right? You want feedback. You want to know how you're doing. Late work. The answer is almost always yes. So if you are late on assignments, please just submit them. Don't email me and wait for an answer. Like Nike, just do it. In fact, I have a logo somewhere that a student created that says that. Um, When we get to the middle of the semester, I might have to draw the line and say, hey, look, if you're really this far behind at this point, might be time to talk about withdrawing from the class. But otherwise, if you're late, just get the work done. Don't worry about it. But just remember, the more you keep up with the class, the better you're going to do and the less stressed you're going to be. Very obvious point, but students still get behind. The course is based strictly on points. And so what that means is I will be posting when I have the grades caught up, I'm going to say you should be at X number of points right now. And you know if you're behind that you need to catch up, right? You can figure out based on how many points you are with are you in an A region or your B region? Final grades are really simplistic, just the something to annoy me and I want to make a new rule. All right, so we went through the syllabus. We'll get back home. Since I've gone long, I started a little late, I've been going long. I'm going to walk through some stuff rather quickly. We've looked at the syllabus. The mindfulness study resources are exactly that. Professor Whalen is very much into mindfulness and meditation. If hey, look, the struggle is real. It is a stressful world we are living in right now. This is not normal what we're going through. And I realize things are crazy expensive and all kinds of things pressing on. Consider looking at these. Uh, Professor Wellen is very, very much into this. So take a look at those. Not a course requirement. I'm not going to have you meditate in class. I talked about the study centers already. Uh, so here's the hours and the link to go check the hours, confirm that this is accurate because it does change often. Now we start getting to assignments. So we're not going to do the assignments right now, but I do want to explain them. So what you will do here is I added everyone in this class onto LinkedIn Learning. I'm going to ask that you open up this troubleshooting tips email. And before you contact me, if you're having trouble, please go through those tips. I cannot have 120 students saying I didn't get an invitation. What happens is if you've been in LinkedIn Learning already from a previous class at LBCC, it doesn't send you an invitation. Why? I don't know. People at LinkedIn don't listen to me. But if you don't have the email, then the next thing I'm going to say is go to this troubleshooting tip, which I do have open, but rather than go look for it, I'm just going to open here. And you read through and then come right to the bottom and then go to this link, which I think because this is a PDF and a PDF is not going to open. So I'm going to go close this and find the window I have open. Bear with me. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Do you think you could find that real quick and post it? Okay, yeah. So Adam's going to go post the link. So when you post that link, it will open up LinkedIn Learning to this. I'm going to show you what it opens up to. It will open up to these gentlemen talking. And this is Mike Myers, right? So this is the person who wrote the book, Mr. Networking himself. If it asks you to log into LinkedIn, that's okay, log into LinkedIn. If it asks you to do a 30-day subscription or do pay for LinkedIn Learning, stop, do not pass go, do not sign up for the 30-day and do not pay for LinkedIn Learning. Then we need to figure out what's going on. You may need to go look through your email, look through your spam on Gmail, go look to your social folder and see if you could find this. After going through the troubleshooting and after going through the troubleshooting tips, you still cannot find it, then reach out to me. And also make sure that the email you're using for school is the same one you're using for LinkedIn. If those are different, then I need to resend you an invitation to the email that you use for LinkedIn. But please try to go through the troubleshooting tips before contacting me. All right. And Adam, did you put that? Adam put the link in there. So if you all could go click on the link it's in chat. If it doesn't, if it opens up in LinkedIn Learning, may ask you to log in. If that comes up to the to that screen I just showed you, then you're in good shape. So that's the uh, create LinkedIn Learning. Then you're going to do join the Discord. Some of you have been doing this already. This will walk you through joining the Discord server. You're then going to join the COSN 10 channel following these instructions. And once you're there, you're going to send a DM to me at Professor Sicklick, and you're going to give me your name, your full name, your student ID, and section number. Section number we explained at the beginning of this discussion. Please do not send me a friend request. I don't need hundreds of friends on Discord. I'm not trying to be an influencer. Uh, then you're just going to take a screenshot of that DM you sent to me and you post it up here for credit. And then the last thing to do is introduce yourself. Just you could do a video if you're a TikToker, or you could just do a brief write-up. I just want to know a little bit about you, and so that your classmates can know about you as well. The Those assignments that I just showed you are due. I believe I have them due. I have create your LinkedIn Learning and join the Discord due this Friday. I think is that Friday or Thursday? Thursday, because it should take you a very short time to do. And I want to know, I just want to get people engaged right away. Introduce yourself. I gave you an extra day, but you can't go on and do the subsequent assignments until you get the LinkedIn Learning figured out. And I am in a crunch to figure out who is participating in the class and who is just not showing up. Students enroll, never show up. I need to prune them out of the class really quickly. So please get those done right after this session if you can. Once you have clicked through all of these, you will see that module 1 now opens up for you. And the subsequent weeks are going to look a lot like module 1. You'll have a reading assignment. Excuse me. And when we say reading assignment, this is actually taking you to the excuse me, to the LinkedIn Learning, where you'll watch the video, take notes. At the end of the video, the status will all be green check marks after you've gone through all the sections. You'll grab a screenshot of that and upload it for credit. And then after that, you'll go and take a quiz on those, on the knowledge that you just learned in the videos. Once you're done with those, we now have labs. Now I stagger. I have the reading assignments due on the 10th, which is next Sunday, because no, next Monday, because I'm just trying to get people to do these in advance, work on them over the weekend. Then you have to do labs, and the labs are due next Wednesday. So even though these are due on Monday, you can work on them earlier. You can work them over the weekend, but I'm trying to avoid having people wait to the last minute. And the lecture assignments take, an hour or so to get through, and then you got to do the quiz, and then the Wireshark. If you're new at Wireshark, that's going to take you some time. So I'm trying to stagger it out so that you've got to help you give you some structure. Each one of these assignments has a video that explains what we're trying to do. So this is where the course gets harder, because I am not going to be live to help you with these. You are going to have to go through, watch the videos, try to do it on your own, and if you need help, get on Discord. So that is the plan for the week. What do you have to do in summary? First thing you should do is click through the links so that you could do the assignments and start here. So you create your LinkedIn Learning account, make sure you're good there, join Discord, send me the message. Then go ahead, do your introduction. So those are the first thing to worry about. Once you do that, start hitting module 1. Start watching videos, taking notes, and doing that quiz and working on labs. That's how the class is going to work. Each Wednesday, I'm going to open up a next module. So I am going to pause there and ask if there are any questions. If you could either put it in chat or you could unmute and ask the question. A very quiet crowd. I either did a good job explaining or I lulled you into a false sense of security.
I have a question, but it's not really related to what you were talking about.
Okay, Andrew, if you want to wait after I stop recording, we can hang out and I'll talk about
Okay.
that. All right, so since no one's shouting out any questions that I'm seeing in chat or anything, uh,
I don't know if
what,
Carlos
oh,
might
wait,
have had a question.
I see. What should we do? Uh, I see one from Jay. Oh, Eric said they found mine in the social folder on Gmail. It's very common. Uh, Adam posted a link. What should we do if our past courses are popping up once we log into Link and Learn, but not the current COS 10 material? Jay, did you click on that link that Adam posted? Please click on that link and see if that takes care of it. And then Adam posted, yeah, let's talk about that, Adam. You are on on campus at the Learning Center, which is in the library, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from noon to 3. You do not need to come to the campus to work with Adam. You could reach out to him on Discord. In fact, Adam, I will encourage you when you get to the Learning Centers, get on Discord, get into COSN 10 channel, say, I am now online and available. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say for anyone watching the video, this will be the end. So let me go. I always want to make sure uh, that I don't have a goofy face on when I pause. So everyone have a good smile on right now, Robert, Adam. All right. Oh, damn it. I now it's asked me to confirm. One more time, non-goofy face or make a goofy face. I don't know. Here we go.